I will now broadly acknowledge our official guests. The Honourable Malcolm Turnbull MP, Prime Minister of Australia, and Ms Lucy Turnbull AO. Monsieur Edouard Philippe, Prime Minister of the French Republic. Ambassadors and members of the Diplomatic Corps. Senator the Honourable Maurice Payne, the Australian Minister for Defence. The Honourable Darren Chester MP, the Australian Minister for Veterans Affairs.
At the end of the war, our grateful nations promised to never forget that service. The Sir John Monash Centre is all about keeping that promise. As you walk a mile in their boots, here and across the Western Front, remember the soldiers, remember their families, remember the bonds our great nations have formed over the past century. Remember also our modern-day veterans and service personnel. They keep us safe in a challenging world. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Sir John Monash Centre, we will remember them, lest we forget.
But they did so within a framework of universal principles which we recognise today. Monash expanded and enriched our conception of our nation in both forceful and subtle ways. We must never forget the lives that are honoured here at Villers-Bretonneux. We must never forget the 11,000 fallen Australians whose bodies were never recovered, their names etched here on the Australian National Memorial, brothers, husbands, fathers and sons. We must stretch our minds to imagine what it was like for the 320,000 Australians who served overseas, all volunteers, every one of them, from a population of less than 5 million. 60,000 never made it home, and you see their names on the stone memorials in almost every Australian country town, and you can count the brothers and the fathers and the sons. Prime Minister Philippe and I were talking about this just before we came here, and how he related how in every small French village there is also there a monument to the fallen. And in the midst of the stone and the steel and the glass of this serene monument, we know that the best way to honour the diggers of 1918 is to support the servicemen and women, the veterans and their families of today, lest we forget.
Il faut les montrer, encore et encore, montrer le visage juvénile de ces hommes dont la jeunesse s'est perdue dans la boue des tranchées. Le quotidien de ces volontaires venus d'ailleurs qui n'ont écouté que leur courage, celui de leurs 20 ans, qui n'ont écouté que leur amour de la patrie, celle de leurs parents ou de leurs grands-parents, pour mourir ici, à Villers-Bretonneux. Le montrer grâce à la technologie, bien sûr, mais sans jamais quitter des yeux les noms qui figurent sur le mémorial, qui, eux, ne sont pas virtuels. Il faut aussi incarner, vivre et transmettre l'amitié qui unit désormais la population de la Somme, Monsieur le Président, de la région des Hauts-de-France, Monsieur le Président, ces élus, aux milliers d'Australiens qui, chaque année, viennent se recueillir ici. À ses descendants, je veux dire ici cette chose toute simple que l'on apprend, je crois, dans les écoles, ici comme ailleurs. We will never forget Australians. Et auquel vous répondez en Australie, lest we forget. Nous n'oublierons jamais leur courage. Nous n'oublierons jamais leur sacrifice, celui de leurs 20 ans, celui de la vie heureuse et tranquille qu'ils auraient pu mener à des milliers de kilomètres d'horreur que rien ne les obligeait à partager. Nous n'oublierons jamais qu'il y a 100 ans, une jeune et courageuse nation du bout du monde est entrée dans l'histoire en écrivant avec nous parmi les pages les plus belles et les plus dures de notre aventure collective. Lest we forget.
You and your pals laugh at the dinner table of your life in the army, but I know that there is a hideousness you do not speak of, for it is in your eyes.
It seemed that there was nothing to do but go straight forward and die hard.
There was no cheering, no undue excitement. I think we all grinned. The event was too big to be appreciated all at once.
The battalion was drifting to pieces. The links that connected it with the unforgotten dead seemed to be snapping one by one.